I'ma go around the town, up in my way, up my shit. Niggas be making a sound. Niggas don't wish where I'm from. Ride till we making it out. Ayy. Ride till we making it out. Ayy. Look. Go around the town, up in my way, up my shit. Niggas be making a sound. Niggas don't wish where I'm from. Ride till we making it out.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Thank you.
What's up, everybody? Hoser, Juice Podcast, always with me.
It's your boy Juma.
And Frankie.
And today we got Baby Ruthless and Goat. What's good, y'all?
Hey, what's good, everybody?
What's going on?
How y'all doing today?
Doing good?
Pretty much doing good. Wish there was 2 mics, but doing good, doing good.
Nah, dude, good. I saw we had to only have one mic for you guys to pass between y'all.
Hold it right here. Can you hear it if we hold it right here? Is that too far still?
Yeah, it's too far.
Nah, that's apologies, but I want to say thank you just because Jose reached out. You guys, one thing I want to get into right into the beginning, you know, you guys are a collective that like do music together, but just even to be like doing shows in Orange County, and that's something that we always wanted to showcase people that are just active in our area. And you guys are 2 artists that are kind of doing unique styles. So for us to even get you on the pod, I want to say thank you, but also to not only just be doing music, but to be wanting to showcase other artists as well. So, and maybe if you guys can speak on the, you know, the recent show you guys are going to be doing in February.
You want to go or you want me to go?
I can always talk. So we have Vicious Vampira, who is a Las Vegas artist. She's amazing. She's aggressive. She's really dope with her shit.
Vegas, okay.
Yeah, you know, and she's a girl too, so it's nice to, you know, actually have a girl come out there and, you know.
She just added us on the podcast.
Yeah, no, she's dope. She's dope. Check her out. And then we have Freebase Records. We got 3AM Hades. He's another dope artist. We got Mosaic, and then Go and myself. Yeah.
Okay. And then I wanted to ask, you just mentioned Mosaic. He's from the city as well. But I wanted to ask about the artists that maybe, like, how do you feel when you're getting artists from other areas to even, because it's kind of, do you guys feel like shows are like a representation of yourselves, like the people that come out, or do you kind of just let them do their own thing, or how do you feel about when you're getting artists from other areas when you can get maybe everybody from the OC, or just how you choose artists that even to want to be part of your show?
I'll speak on that, like how we choose.
Yeah.
We try to get people that are like similar to us, but not exactly the same. Like, oh yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Like Mosaic, he does like, I think boom bap, like kind of more like calmer stuff, and then we have like the homie that Hades, does like straight hardcore shit.
Okay.
Yeah, so we try to get like a little bit of a balance.
Yeah.
Of like everything, because like obviously like my shit's a lot harder,
right?
And hers is like kind of groovy, but also like heavy at the same time.
And then even to even go off of that, why I said choosing other areas, because do you feel like at times you can find artists who do that like type of style in and around you, or like are you not opposed to even reaching out to somebody in a whole nother state? Because you mentioned Vegas, you know, like things like that.
Well, me and her actually did a Black Smurf show in LA, so that's how I actually seen her perform.
Okay.
We were both on the same set, yeah. So I seen her and then found out she was from, you know, she just so happened to be from Vegas, you know. So it's always a good way to, when you're opening up for, you know, artists that you guys have similar, you know, fan base or taste, you know, it's good to, you know, come and link up with the artists that you think, you know, are popping, or you can see yourself
or just tell them to like be involved with future things that you got going on.
Yeah, no, definitely, like because the love is like, then that way I can get a fan base out in Vegas, she can get a fan base out here in OC, LA.
Okay, so that's the mentality behind it.
Yeah, no, it's we, you know, we help each other out, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, expand.
Yeah.
I get that. That's dope as hell.
Hell yeah. No, you're good. You're good, bro.
You just had a Ruthless mixtape come out, right?
Yeah, so I had my Ruthless mixtape. That was like my first mixtape I dropped. So check it out. It's
first mixtape.
Amazing, fire.
City. What was it? What was the track? City what? City.
Which one? Country Girl Slicker?
Country City Slicker.
Oh, Country City Slicker.
Country City. Yeah, that's a lot of people's favorites.
Slicker.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
I was thinking
that shit. We were bumping that shit in the truck. We were like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
And then maybe if you could speak on the whole direction of the mixtape and how you wanted to approach it, or just because I feel like what we liked about that one was you were rapping straight through, you know, like it's the energy you approached with the song. So maybe if you could speak about how you approached the whole album, and then maybe about and then like maybe expound on that song specifically.
Yeah, so I mainly I do a lot of like very like aggressive, angry music. So a lot of it is I try to just go based off what I would like to hear. So I make a lot of like music for like, you know, the youth that go to juvenile hall, the older people who go to jail, you know, the people who go to fights, the people who hit licks, you know, like my music is that amped up energy, you know, like it's like get you up there, get you ready, you know. So every song that I have on that mixtape, besides I think maybe like 2 songs, I got like one little Baby I'm Nasty, which, you know, almost 1 million views.
Yeah. Now
and
we was going to get to that too.
You know,
that's why we had to.
Yeah. And then
I
got
mentioned
that
the
drill
mixtape
down
first because we really wanted to get to all the songs on that too. Like.
Yeah. And then I got that drill down. That's just a dance song. But every other song on that one is just like straight, like aggressive songs or something, you know, to buck up to. And,
okay.
You know, just fighting music.
Yeah.
No, but your single Money's not fight music. Money bumps.
Oh, that's a single. Yeah, that was one of the first ones I dropped before my mixtape. Yeah, Money's a good one, right? I fuck with Money. Yeah, Money and then Soul Food is just like regular groovy music. Too. Yeah. But every song on the mixtape is like mainly aggressive shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ruthless, you know.
Yeah. And just even with that, you always been energy based with all your stuff. Like when you first started creating music.
Oh
that
yeah,
was the
for
whole
sure.
Direction?
Always like energy, always high. And I just have high energy. Period. So I put it. You know, it is what I am. Okay. You know, you gotta reflect yourself in your music.
Yeah. So coming from Texas, who are some of your inspirations?
It'd probably be like Paul Wall, Tupac.
Paul Wall, baby.
Yeah, I love me some Tupac. I did a lot of like Death Row. My dad liked a lot of Death Row, so that's what we heard a lot in the house. Yeah.
Okay.
Some Tupac.
Yeah, no, it's hard. Go. I wanted to ask you. Because luckily we saw Ruthless at Mad Boys Flavor Fest. I know we're going to get into that later on. But just even looking to her catalog, we've seen some of your stuff as well, you know. But even for me, I seen you at the Doll Hut prior to. And then also seeing, we fuck with Viliami.
Yes, sir.
So Faceless.
That's right, the homie King.
Yeah, Faceless.
Faceless.
Yeah.
I wanted to get into your style in terms of, we always fuck with Viliami tracks. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of like a different style that we heard him on. Yeah. Is that something that you tend to do as far as, or like just to even describe your style? How would you even go about that, bro?
Well, we were talking earlier, I come from like a metal background. I've been listening to metal probably since I was like 2 or 3. I had older cousins, and they pretty much just blast death metal, and they would take care of me.
Right.
So I didn't really listen to anything but death metal until I was like 18.
Okay.
And then I started listening to hip hop with Kenny.
Yeah.
I met Kenny. He actually came to one of my backyard shows.
Okay.
I was like playing in some band.
You just threw that in there. You just throwing shows or what?
Yeah. So like what we're doing now, what we're doing now, I try to like, I did this when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was like 14. Me and my homies had like a band, and we'd throw shows, like backyard shows. So we'd get like other bands, like I think it was like MySpace back then, maybe Facebook, like in the Facebook.
Crazy.
Yeah, and we would just go to like a lot of the downtown Santa Ana like area had like a lot of shows.
Okay.
Like punk rock shows.
Yeah.
So we started doing that. Yeah, that's how I met Kenny. And then I kind of just like went from there.
Okay. Yeah. And then even to get to the stage where you're dropping a song with him.
Yeah.
How did you get to that? Maybe if you could expand like a little bit about
the
process to that stage.
We were talking about it earlier too. Outside. So I met Kenny. I didn't see him for like a couple of years. And then I stopped playing in bands, and then I started hanging out with him. He started coming over to my house. We started like recording. And he's like, why don't you get on some tracks? I'm like, I don't know if I can even rhyme. Like, I could try.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't even know what to really talk about.
Were you a vocalist when you were in the bands? Or?
I was. Yeah.
Okay. So were you kind of writing like, and I ask about like metal just because, are you like, when you're writing like, you know, like the verses for, are you rhyming throughout, or is it mainly a feeling just for how you transferred it to hip hop?
When I first started, I was trying to do like what Kenny does. So I was like that in that style first. Like the screaming part didn't even come until like way later. So I started getting more comfortable with it. So I was just trying to kind of do like I liked like old school like New York hip hop.
Okay.
Like Mind Tricks.
Okay.
Ill Bill. Yeah. Necro, like all that. I started doing shit like that.
Yeah, that's
because that was like a good transition because they have like death metal lyrics, like what they're talking about, but like it's to like old school.
It's just
like,
hard.
Yeah.
Like
New York
the beats
shit.
are hard. Like
Yeah, so
Vinnie
that's how I
Paz.
started. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we started doing shit like that, and then once I got a little bit more comfortable, then I started bringing in like a little heavier shit into it, which I'm like doing pretty much now.
okay.
Yeah, like we have a mixtape coming out.
All right.
We're working on it.
Hey.
All right.
Yeah, half of it's pretty much recorded. Just got to work on a couple things, tweak a couple things.
So how was it when you guys are meshing your styles?
In the beginning, it was kind of tough, just because like I was, already doing like screaming shit.
Yeah.
And then she was kind of like, she had like that funky style.
Yeah,
And I
she's
was
pretty
like-
bar heavy.
And I was like, how the fuck are we gonna like mix this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm saying as an average person, I'm wondering because they seem so not opposite, but they're just literally two different genres. Like
Definitely,
it's kind of
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like the most simplest way to
Yeah.
put it, you know?
And I tell her all the time, I'm like, I always like make sure we have like the right beat, because like it can go like really good and then it could go like really bad. You know what I mean? It could get cheesy and like the
Okay.
heavier style. Like if you don't mix it well, I feel like, if you go too far to the left or too far to the right, then it's like we try to mix our shit like.
All
50-50.
right.
Yeah.
And then even
He's like, yeah.
yeah, honestly, even for you, just how was it for you doing this type of style compared to what you normally make?
So I body every beat that I'm on.
It don't matter.
It
This shit
don't
light.
matter.
This shit light. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
so
talk. Yeah.
Oh, she was
That's hard.
talking
it
right
was
before we
only
started.
like a matter of time before I really stepped out the box and started going into other categories. And I mean, yeah, if you guys definitely give it a listen, you guys are here. I mean, I murdered every single fucking track.
Okay.
Did amazing.
That's hard.
I'm pushing her to her limits,
Yeah, okay.
and then she's pushing me to mine too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's one thing I gauge from it is because I feel like he mentioned it when we were talking, just because we always try to do research and just talk about like the style, the artist. He was saying like Ramirez, Suicide Boys,
Yeah.
just because they do like, it's like the tempo.
Yeah.
Like everything to me is based off the tempo, It's
Definitely,
more,
It's lively.
lively.
Yeah, it's lively, heavy.
That's definitely.
But like
the
still
word.
got like a little bit of funk to it. You know what I mean? Still like you can groove to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. How long did it take to even get the album good? Like like the whole idea for it, and then like everything for the recording and everything as well.
We've been thinking about it for a bit. We were just waiting like after the holidays and like a couple other things. And then I got my new pad, and then we have our own studio there. So I have like a little home studio now.
Oh, so you have access to get out of every day, basically.
Yeah, I have all my shit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Do
I
you
just-
ever get demotivated, or like are you self-motivated every day
Absolutely.
because you have it?
Absolutely. No, I'm being for real. Like some days I sit in there, I'm like, you know what I mean? My brain is just like melted right now.
Yeah.
That's when I'm not there. When I'm there, though.
Is there?
It definitely does help when somebody's there.
Yeah.
But like just because I'm almost 2 years sober off of pills.
Okay.
So that's like affected my writing and like being in the studio a lot too.
Okay.
My brain is like, it works like half time now. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, when I would have like an idea for some shit, I could get it done in like a day. Now it takes me like a week. Just the writing process has been different.
Damn.
Because I'd be in there.
Is that frustrating, bro?
Very frustrating. Yeah.
I'm not gonna
So
lie,
it's been
like-
like that's why like the mixtape has been taking
I'm
a
not
little
gonna lie,
while
like
too.
or like when I ask about frustrating, does it take away enjoyment, or do you like it's like you know what, this is just part of it?
I've had to learn that I'm just like, this is gonna happen, especially
Okay.
now, because like I'd be in there, take like a fuck ton of pills and just drink, and then like you have motivation in that moment. You know what I mean? Like that quick little head change.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to like really think about it and really think about like what I'm talking about and like how the music sounds. And I think the music, our shit's been a lot better. You know,
Okay.
better quality, I think too. Now that I actually like
Yeah.
paying attention, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Nah,
So
that's
it's been a
to me,
struggle.
because that's just you analyzing yourself
Yeah.
about future stuff. It has nothing
Yeah,
to do with
definitely.
just like a vibe about how you made the song that day. Because you could have been feeling the utmost like this is the best shit in the world.
Yeah.
Rather than just sitting with a song and listening to it,
Yeah.
and then you could hear different stuff that you like about it. So
Definitely, yeah. So it's been a learning process too.
that's cool, man.
Yeah. It's been chill.
Hella. Ruthless, I wanted to ask about maybe a little bit of your roots and when you even just started putting pen to paper, because you're heavily bar heavy, like.
I'm telling you, I
So-
was just meant for it.
So
Yeah.
okay, so when did you get to that stage of feeling like you're meant for it? Was it like you heard music and you were like, I could do this too, or was it just you was always into writing music, kind of? I don't know.
So with my parents being deaf, like there was really no sound in the house besides when my dad played music. So my mother didn't like music because she didn't like the way the vibrations felt. But my daddy was a different way. He loved the way the vibrations felt. So he'd get like the heaviest like hip hop artists like Tupac, Death Row. That's that's the only thing that I always grew up with. Okay. So that kind of like heavy. Yeah, very bass heavy. Yeah, so I kind of just grew up with that.
Yeah.
Like he loved Michael Jackson too, so we were heavy into Michael Jackson. Like, so we would just like listen to all this music, and that was the only sound in the house. So I was always like into music, but I didn't really like actually start recording until my daddy died, like in 2019. That's when I made my first song, and then
R.I.P. as well.
Yeah, I'm telling you, rest in peace, Daddy. Mr. Jackson.
Yeah.
But no, he was definitely a big factor. But yeah, now the music just comes, so easy, and it helps me to just deal with my emotions.
Okay.
I'm very emotional, I realized. So, I need to do something with it.
Okay. And you just slid that in about the part about you growing up around people that are deaf. I seen you on a whole reel on your Instagram. You doing the sign language.
Yeah, I do the sign language.
You can do it
like,
yeah. That's talent as well. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Like, maybe ask about like the struggles that you face with communication. Was that always a thing as far as even how you got to when you're speaking to other people?
Yeah, well, definitely because growing up, so I didn't really learn how to speak properly until they put me in speech therapy in elementary. So I spent like from 1st to 5th grade in speech therapy. So they taught me like how to speak and how to use like my grammar and all this stuff. It was definitely hard talking to, my parents because once they was done listening, they closed their eyes and I'd be like, you motherfucking bitch. Like, I'd be like, you bitch. Like, no, I can't
you was probably getting away with.
Type of petty.
She gets every time she get the last treat, she's like, and you could do this. And I'd be like, and I can't say nothing. Like, she turned around like, she'd be petty as hell. So I'm like, communication was, they were petty, so I'm like, it was rough. You definitely could not get the last say.
Yeah. And then just even when you transition to like writing bars, I feel like writing bars, trying to be witty, creative, that's a different level of like the way you critique yourself.
Yeah.
It's not just regular conversation. It's like I'm trying to be good. Like I'm trying to be like on a level of the people that are doing good shit. So how did it get to that level?
It's just like what Ghost said. I've always been a shit talker. So I've always been a bully. Like growing up, like this is certified. You can ask my elementary school friends, my middle school friends, my high school friends. After, I've always been a bully. I've always talked shit. So I've always thought it was funny to roast. I always like roasting sessions. So to me, all my raps are just roasting sessions. Just you constantly talking shit. Just being the funniest.
Yeah, man. We're listening to one of your songs. We're like, damn, whoever she's mad at right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, and I just be like,
she just called some bitch a cum rag. What?
What?
I just be going.
That's kind of crazy.
And to me, it's cool because I feel like showing personality in rap is something that can get over. Like not only just with fucking with lyricism, but sometimes you want to fuck with somebody's like charisma. Like you wanna see them feel their own stuff. Like kind of talking shit is kind of braggadocious, but it comes across like, yo, they feeling themselves. Like I could feel like I could be on the same vibe rather than.
Yeah, because I'm here just to make you feel that confident part of yourself. Like that's it. Like I'm just that confident part, just 100%.
Okay.
So and everybody feels.
You definitely felt that with your song "Money."
You like
because that groove and that vibe, it was just that whole song. You're just
because they be talking.
Yeah,
about their money though.
Yeah. Nah, I fuck with that. I promise you, I do.
Yeah,
it's I think the easiest thing I always tell them, I've said it on probably multiple pods, is when I'm doing research on an artist, is when you feel like they fuck with their own stuff. Like they're not just here to give the world music. It's like, nah, they would have been doing this by themselves. It's like own self confidence. It's like, they would have been doing this anyways. Like it was, So I feel like that's something that comes across. So it always resonates. Definitely. It always resonates, for real. And then I always ask the artists if you could speak, each of you, if you had a last album you could listen to, say like a last meal, like you're about to get the death chair supposedly. But if you had one last album you could jam, what would you jam, each of you?
Our own shit or
just whatever, bro. Like they said, yo, you get one last album, bro. About to take you out.
After the album's done.
Yeah, it's done after this, bruh. What you want?
This is nighty night.
Damn. Okay, so like after myself though, obviously I want to listen to myself real quick. You know, bump it. But I would.
She's like, let me put a mixtape together.
I'll probably do like Oxymoron, Schoolboy Q. That'd be the last. Just like one last run through with Bless being the last song. I'd be like, hey, take me out. Take me out.
Okay, so you wouldn't listen to, like, even in order, you would choose.
Yeah,
like, let me, yeah.
I can go in order, but the last one gotta be Blessed, because then I'm going. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's actually kind of crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
She planned this.
Real quick, is that the best Schoolboy Q album to you? I know you said, yeah.
It got me through some stuff, yeah.
So it has to do with like memories connected to the album.
Yeah, definitely pushed through some stuff with
Yeah.
with him. Yeah.
That's hard, man. You as well.
Yeah, after myself, definitely. Going to like heavy shit, probably Dystopia self-titled album. I know you guys probably don't even know what that is.
Please inform us.
Well, they're actually from around here, which is funny. They're an Orange County band. Used to practice in downtown Santa Ana. Probably when we were all like in elementary school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like it's kind of like metal, punk, all that shit kind of mixed into one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real heavy shit. Real emotional shit.
I see.
Talk about like addiction, being abused, like when you're a kid, like all of that shit, like government shit. Like I was like a punk rocker when I was like in high school. So like I was like really into like political shit and like, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
crazy
really
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely go on YouTube rabbit holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah,
Bro, yeah.
like, yeah. I'd be
Like
lit.
conspiracy shit
I
and
got it,
fucking
like,
like all that stuff.
Yeah.
Dipping
Yeah.
into Charles
Or
Manson.
like it would just be dumb if
No
I
reason.
just only took in information from the places that are provided to me. Like I gotta do a little bit of my own, you know.
For sure.
So like that's definitely where I feel like my like thrill comes from it. Like on that side for sure. It's sick that I asked you guys that. So if I could go to the beginning of your guys' catalog, does this favorite album of you guys dictate the way you guys make music, or is it dependent on your daily lives and what you got going on? Just because you have the mic in your hand, like how is it when you're creating current music, just even besides the mixtape? Do you go off stuff that you were past influence off of, or maybe things that you're influenced off in your day to day?
Both.
Okay.
I try to do both, especially now that I'm like, you know, more clear minded. Like I'm actually like thinking about like the shit that's going on, like around me and stuff, like, you know what I mean? I'm a little more aware. So like my music's changed a little bit. Yeah, definitely. I think for the better. You know, I was just making like fucking.
What's the comparison when you say for the better?
I think I mean I told her this a lot. We had like some songs that like I was on when I was like all fucked up, and like now that I listen to them, I'm just like, it just doesn't sound like, you know what I mean? It doesn't sound like me. So like now the way I make music's a lot different. I think I actually think about my lyrics and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to like, you know, talk shit when you're fucked up. And now I'm like actually like, you know, my talking shit's like on next level shit now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, coming from a heavy metal background, how'd you like even start rapping?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Shout out to homie Viliami. So I met him when I think we were both 18, like right out of high school. I was playing shows. He's like, he was there, and started hanging out with him a bit, and he was a rapper already. I think he was like, you know, he had a little bit of a name for himself. And he's like, you ever think of doing this? I was like, nah. And then I think I went to a show that he played, and he wanted me to perform, but I didn't go up and perform. And we were like 18.
Yeah.
I was like, nah. And, you know what I mean? And then a couple years later, I have my son.
What was the fright?
What was that?
I said, why were you frightened? Or like, why'd you?
It was like weird because, you know, I'm used to like screaming at people, like being angry, but like in rap, like it's not always that aggressive. And the crowd, like demeanor isn't that aggressive either. So like, it's kind of like threw me off a little bit. I was like, I'm just gonna start screaming, and all those people are like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But now, like, I do it, and you know, it's a little bit different, especially like with the shows that we play. We try to have heavier people on it and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, sick. I know, but as you were saying like you met Viliami at that show, or
Yeah,
like,
so I met him at that show. Then a couple of years went by. I had my son, so I stopped playing in bands. And he's like, I had a new fucking computer, and he's like, oh, let me record. I was like, yeah, I'll fucking record you, so I can learn it. And then he's like, why don't you start rapping again? I was like, oh no, man. You know what I mean? I was like, fuck it, what can I lose? Like, let me fucking try. And then I started doing it, and then I don't think I really started taking it seriously till I think I met her. And then I was like, okay, like maybe.
Okay.
I need
I put him on a new path. You know what I mean?
No, definitely.
I lifted him up.
Yeah.
She's like, I found the water.
No, because she was just like down to work. You know what I mean? A lot of
Okay.
people around me that I was like making music with weren't like down to work.
Okay.
And when we met,
So do you have to get on his ass? With that being said, like, is there ever days where you have to tell him like, get your ass in the booth, get your ass? Like,
I definitely would like to like get in this. I definitely would like to like get in the studio a little bit more, but I have to understand that like he does like have like an actual like job, so he does like his like so what is it? Mortician stuff. So shout out dead people. They keep him in business. So
That's crazy.
yeah, fucking
That's
love
crazy.
it. So yeah.
And you
Rest
just
in peace,
threw
though.
that in there. I ain't gonna
I'm
lie.
about to
Just-
say, that's my next question.
Rest in
So
peace, all y'all.
Hey, what? What was that? That's crazy. You just be around dead people like that.
That's what I'm saying.
I work at
Like,
funerals too. I work
Said
at
all
funerals.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I pick them up from the hospital, I dress them,
oh shit. Okay.
put them in a casket, and then take them to the funeral and work it with the family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you have to dress him?
yeah,
Dang.
yeah, man.
I don't. Yeah.
It's just for me. It's like normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like a work to me.
Okay, I mean at that. I mean at this stage, yeah. But how was it when you first started?
Yeah, 'cause I don't think you grabbed your first dead body and was like, okay. here you go.
Yeah, just.
I mean,
regular,
honestly,
How do you get that
honestly,
job?
that's how it was.
You
Like,
just get
there's so many
recruited or what?
okay, so
I know. Like, how did that interview go? What the fuck?
okay,
I do.
so I started working at a hospice. You guys know what a hospice is? Hospice, yeah, some of you guys know. It's
Yeah.
hospice is basically
Yeah.
like it's for terminal people.
Yeah.
You know, people
Yeah.
that are dying.
Yeah, they're just almost at that stage.
Yeah, so I was working there, and people die every week, so I was like kind of getting used to it there. Yeah, and then after that, I worked at the hospital. I was cleaning up the morgue and just cleaning up blood like after surgeries for a little while. So I was like already kind of used to it.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? I've always been fascinated with death, honestly. Like with like coming from like a death metal background, kind of like it comes hand in hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna like darker shit. Like, I love horror movies. Like, I was always really comfortable with it, and then really comfortable with death since I was like very young. So it just kind of came natural to me, like doing this shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
Damn.
crazy.
yeah. I mean, it's weird, I wear like a fucking suit to work.
Yeah.
Like that's weird too. You know what I mean? Like,
So that's the
being
weird part to you?
professional. And
yeah, being professional, and then like, like I'm completely opposite when I'm like at home. Smoking
okay.
like fat blunts and
Like,
what I mean?
right now, like,
screaming
like,
and shit,
yeah,
and then
just
over
like-
there I'm like, I'm like with the families, I'm like sorry you're lost. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, hey, you're like,
It's
what
a-
prayers be.
yeah,
I'm
Oh,
not
yeah,
chill,
that's kind
like,
of
this
crazy.
is-
That is
Yeah.
Please be
crazy.
with you, brother.
Bro.
it's definitely a
Nah,
fucking
it's-
reality check sometimes. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Imagine this is the face that like you like give your dead body your
Dude.
last to, and he has like a little upside down cross on his forehead and everything. You're like,
Dude.
Hey, I know they're in good hands.
My grandma
That's all
going
I gotta
crazy.
Dude.
You're like, what?
Bro, honestly, I do get a lot of compliments from the families and shit. Like, some like, I love doing it. Like, it's like comes natural to me. So
Okay.
like, people are like, they're like,
I'm not gonna lie. You
Yeah.
enjoy consoling people like that kind of.
yeah. Well,
I feel like that
I'm-
kind of goes
I'm,
hand in hand. Like besides,
I'm calm
the
around
whole
chaos,
yeah, that's
and it's
her-
very chaotic and it's very
Yeah.
sad. Like, I
Oh,
know that's
yeah.
kind of like
bro.
fucked
Being
up.
around emotions can
But-
get hectic, yo.
Yeah.
It's good for
like,
other people that are very emotional, though.
Yeah.
To have like a calm person there.
Yeah,
Facts.
It helps.
Facts. Bro.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, yeah. It's like it just comes second nature to me.
Okay.
Being around shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because growing up, like, I had like tons of people like die, like family members, friends, like since I was like 5, almost like every year I would go to a funeral. So it just kind of like became like second nature to me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really, that's.
Kind of like desensitized,
Definitely,
Really,
yeah,
really?
definitely desensitized.
like more from that aspect, but like willing to still be in like I can imagine somebody wanting to get away from that environment, Like,
Yeah.
you don't mind putting yourself back in the environment to make
definitely
somebody
not.
else comfortable. That's ultimately
Yeah.
like what it sounds like, you know?
Yeah, I think me being desensitized and, you know, kind of like the shit doesn't bother me. It's
Right.
nice to like do that for somebody else.
No, it's
So many people have done it for me, like when I was younger and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely nice.
No,
And like how you said, like a lot of people like deter away from it. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people like that are.
It'd be like it's just justified if you don't want to be around this stuff
Yeah,
anymore.
definitely. And a lot of
You
people
know?
are like that in my life, but like, you know, I'm like the opposite way. So like when that stuff happens to them, like I'm,
Yeah.
you know, I can be there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool.
That
Yeah.
Yeah, way to turn that into a positive.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, you know, trying to make everything
Nah,
a positive.
it is.
Yeah,
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 it is.
A lot of people can't handle like the most average sad thing, dude. Death is like the most like extreme on the scale, you know.
Definitely.
Sometimes
Yeah.
people like overreact on the regular sad things, like a lie, bro. Niggas get a
Mm-hmm.
ticket, and like it's their life is over, you know. Like you be around like people that are kind of over dramatic, you know. Like
Yeah.
so, being
Yeah.
like just calm around extremes. I think that's like another thing.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty, because that's how I grew up. It's very chaotic. So like the chaos calms me. I'm like very like in my zone when it's chaotic around me.
Nah, that's it,
Yeah.
man. That's it.
I mean, I guess it's kind of fucked up, but
No, but
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
To me,
just
it's sick because it's like I don't know to be at a stage where you can handle it.
yeah,
I can understand somebody being like post traumatic their whole life. You seem kind of regular, you
yeah.
know? Like or like maybe this is just on the surface.
He's not.
Mainly this is on the surface. I don't know.
She got
I
him.
mean,
This
I
is probably
think
on the surface, you know.
yeah,
Like
definitely.
I'm not saying I know you like completely.
No,
But
I got. I'm
I know
fucking
people that
crazy,
can't like be
but
around people.
I've
bro.
learned how to control it. A
Yeah,
little
like
bit more.
bro, like I know people that can't be around people just because what they've been through. Like,
Yeah.
and that's not like
real.
it's not wrong to me. It's like it's completely justified. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Like it's,
Anger management helps.
Okay,
Yeah,
nah, that's,
sure.
That's
For
cool,
sure.
man.
I'm glad it does.
yeah. Everybody should do it. Honestly,
What if I don't feel angry?
I think you should do it anyways.
I
I think it's good coping skills.
I'm probably hella angry.
Bro, I've been
dude.
4
I'm
times.
hella argumentative.
Yeah.
bro.
4 times. I think the last time took. You know what I mean? I think it actually worked. The
You're
fourth
like the
time.
first 2 or 3 times they try to
Yeah.
scam you.
They were like,
that
they
fourth
were
time.
like 3 times. They tried me. Said nah, the fourth one.
No,
like,
fourth,
like,
bro.
you
Yeah,
know?
4 times. Yeah.
Before you close.
Yeah.
4 times. Sorry, no.
Yo. That's sick, man.
This has been a good episode.
Yeah, it's been really good, dude.
So I wanted to get back to you guys' show coming up in February.
Yes, sir.
You guys have media?
What do you mean media? Like photographers, videographers?
You guys got anybody doing your interviews?
No, we don't.
Oh, well, we're available.
Oh, we would love that.
Yeah.
We're available. We've been doing it.
Across the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys want to do it? It's a
Yeah.
nice little spot. Little underground spot.
We got the job
Whatever
on the
comes
show.
through.
You heard that?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You guys just be doing shows in Santa Ana, or is that like the goal for 2023?
Well, we found this spot that we're like cool with the guy that works there.
All right.
And it's a great location. It's right here in downtown Santa Ana. You know, there's a lot of traffic down here. Obviously, there's the other venues down here, so there's already people coming to shows down
Yeah,
here
a lot of people.
regularly.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, let's fuck. She found the guy just right here in downtown Santa Ana, and then like we came to look at the spot, and it was pretty sick.
The show.
Yeah, so we're trying to do that like once a month there.
Hell
And
yeah.
then obviously do like our other shows, playing the Garden Amp.
Yeah.
Try to go out to LA.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're also trying to do bigger shows. So we're trying to get a lot of people. Yeah.
Right.
We want actual
You're
like
doing the
shows
big
with
shit,
like
yeah.
a little bit of production behind it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I like to play with places that have like lights, sound systems good.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like all that shit. Like it's simple, but like it really does make a difference.
No, it does.
Even with that being
It
said,
does.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I was gonna
Please.
compare it. Unfortunately, from the Dahut to FTG, like
Yes.
there's a huge difference.
Huge difference.
They're
yeah.
both monumental in
Facts,
every
bro.
right, but it's a huge difference. And
Yeah, and
a lot
it's
of people
little
would
things
rather
that can
perform
be
at
tweaked
FTG.
too. You know what I mean? To make it like that much, like stuff just easier and like better, like smoke fog machine, like
Yeah.
something simple like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
to give the people an actual show.
Yeah, and I think that keeps people coming back and then wants like new people to like come in when they see like, because we got a videographer like working with us now, so they're gonna like, you know, do like little documentaries like the show, and like so people can see like what we're all about, like what we're doing.
That's hard.
That'd be dope.
That's
What's
hard.
the concept between doing it month to month? Like,
Well, we're trying to kind of do this thing called the Orange Underground. So it's like we kind of want to do like some sort of like interviews with people and like kind of just get like everybody down here together.
okay,
I don't know. I think we've played enough shows around here to know like it. You know, not all of them are like they don't cater to everybody. You know what I mean? They cater to like certain artists and like shit like that. We're trying to do like everybody. You know what I mean? We're trying to give everybody like level ground. You know, so everybody's like at the same shit.
right.
Yeah. Like no matter like if you got like 10,000 followers or like 1 or 2, like whatever, like everybody, like when we play shows, it's like whoever's the best. You know, we're trying to
Okay.
get hard-headed, like,
Because it just seems like, it seems like there's a lot of like favoritism in OC, but it just is. It baffles me because as many times as you guys put them on the set, they're still whack and they're still trash afterwards. So no matter how many shows,
I'm tired of fucking like this rap karaoke shit.
I'm like, I'm done with it. Like, I don't know. So
You
I
can't
like.
do all your fucking lyrics. Don't get on stage.
No, I agree with that too, though. I
Yeah,
agree with
talk
that, too.
about it.
about that.
Hey, because we be giving shit a chance. I think that's the worst part.
But you
Is that,
shouldn't
like,
though,
you
because
know-
then how do you tell them to get better?
Nah, I just say that in terms of willing to go to these shows, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm willing to go fuck with somebody who's underground.
And then
it's like
we
it
have this
sucks.
podcast, so
Not a lot of people's mentality down here either. It's
Right.
like, oh, like if they don't know you, they won't fucking go or they won't stay for your set.
Nah, definitely.
Like we think that's bullshit. Like the way we do it, like everybody that goes to play, like you stay to watch everybody play.
right.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
there's
Like
no
everybody's
performing
on level
dipping.
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's
That's
crazy
cool.
that you mentioned that because we said the media, but we saw you at Mad Boys. How did you even just get on, like, you know, get on his show? And I say that about wanting to be showcased in Orange County and doing shows over here. Like, what is your biggest thing about like where you perform, maybe in a sense?
So last year was my first year performing, ever doing shows,
Word.
ever stepping on the stage. Yeah, so that was like my practice year, you know. So I was taking, you know, these little bitty shows, these showcases, these open mics, you know. So when people would come out to me, be like, "You want to
you were
perform?"
busy.
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, you know, I'll come through. You know, I'm trying to make a name. I'm trying to, you know, like, you know, get my practice up." Then when I started jumping on, like, I did the Novo, then I did La Santa, then I did the Garden, you know. So I'm starting to see. I'm like, you know, like I
That's
really
active.
don't want to.
That's
Yeah.
active. You
Yeah.
just said it right.
Yeah,
That's
so
active.
so I'm
Salutes.
trying to see like what I
Salutes.
could really do, and now that I like know that I'm good, I'm like you know, don't cheap yourself, you know, like, and it's cool, like open mics and showcases, they're good if you need them. Do it, go for it, go make your network, whatever. But like to be 5 years in the game, still doing the same local shows for free showcases, you got me fucked up. I'm over that. Like it's my second year in the game. Like by 5 years, guarantee I ain't even gonna be an OC. You gonna have to catch me somewhere else, you know? Like I don't know. It's just. Last year was practice. It was cool getting on all these showcases. People, you know, when people would ask me, I wouldn't really, you know, deny any. Now I'm denying. And now I'm seeing when I'm denying shows now I see the bitch come out in people because now they like, oh, well, you think you too good? You think, you know? Yeah, I do think I'm too good. That's why I'm saying no. You know? I'm saying it to your face.
Yeah, just understand, or like not understanding your own value, but placing value on yourself.
Yeah, because the one thing that makes me confused is like how you guys set up all these events. Y'all pay for venues, pay for alcohol, but won't pay none of the artists. That's crazy. That's the whole entertainment. That's the whole people who bring you people too. It don't make sense to me. Not even $25. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Something.
At least something for these artists. Yeah, like they give them nothing. Like I'm like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Yeah, and I'm not down for the pay to play. Yeah.
Nah, I get that. Even because we've done media and like at least they have a designated area for us. I gotta say that salutes. That Mad Boy show, he like did a little bit extra, just like about the care for the artist. It has to do with, I understand that you guys are the ones that I gotta make sure are straight first. It's not the people showing up. It's about like I gotta make the people that like you guys are the ones working this whole event. Like you're just the workers. Like I don't know how else to say it, but not the workers, but you guys are the one keeping this shit in motion. You know, so I get that. Just even as I said, placing value on yourself. That's fucking really cool.
Yeah.
That's fire. Yeah, we here for it.
Nobody else will.
Nah, fact. Yeah, real shit. Real shit. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Being transparent,
this
you
is
guys said some personal stories as well in the midst of the whole music journey, but everything. I think you guys, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Let the people know where they can find you guys and all your music.
All my shit's actually my Instagram's Young Goat, and then everything else is Lil Goat. Spotify, Apple Music.
Are you everywhere?
Yeah,
You see that
everywhere.
word right
Yeah.
there.
Where's the album dropping?
On everything. So Spotify,
Okay.
like we'll have it on Apple Music and everything.
Okay.
You see this? This is what I gotta deal with.
Yeah.
We'll
She's
probably
asking-
have it out like the
get
end of
answers
spring.
today. She
Okay.
already
End of
answers
spring, like
today.
beginning of summer. Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta
You just dropped a song too recently, right?
yeah.
Bad Batch.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. A couple of days
Sick
ago.
cover art, dude.
Thank you. I got my homie. He does all that shit for me.
Like,
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, that'll be a new song that I'll be performing at the show. First
Okay.
time. Yeah. Some new
Nice.
shit.
we
Yes,
there
sir.
too, Chaz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can find me Baby Ruthless OG on Instagram, and then everything else, Spotify, Apple. It's Baby Ruthless with $2.
Scope the recent Rodriguez
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
interview.
shout out to the
freestyles
the
going
Rodriguez
crazy.
show.
Talk about
Yeah,
it.
that
Tell us about it.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Not from the OC, but how I get the most
Yeah.
views. Get out of here, baby.
Yeah.
Let me talk my shit. Let me
Go
talk my
ahead.
shit.
Go ahead.
But yeah, so just give them a view. Like they're actually a really dope group.
They are.
I fuck with you guys, so I appreciate you guys.
Nah,
having
Yeah,
us on
thank
here.
you.
Ride till we making it out.
It's Jose.
Look, go around with the town.
We out.
Up in my way, up my shit. Niggas be making a sound. Niggas don't wish where I'm from. Grind till we making it out. Selling that fish, selling that fish.